Namaste everyone. Let's start the class with a short prayer of Gita Dhyanam and then we'll chant the mantras of Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 from 21st shloka till 30th shloka, and then we'll see the meaning of each and every shloka. ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवतां नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः. Okay, I'm starting with the 21st shloka of the second chapter. Veda vinashinam nityam ya enamajamavyayam katham sa purushah partha kam ghatayati hantikam. So here Krishna is saying Arjuna. What he said was, the person who knows the self to be indestructible and timeless, unborn and indeclinable. So here Krishna is trying to console Arjuna. How he consoled was, O Arjuna, this self, the Atma, is indestructible and timeless, unborn and indeclinable. So knowing this fact about the self, how does a person kill, or whom does he kill, and for what cause he can kill? So I'll repeat what I said. So Krishna said Arjuna, what he said was, this self, the Atma, is indestructible, timeless, unborn and indeclinable. So knowing this fact about the self, how does a person kill, or whom does he kill, for what cause he can kill? So that's what Krishna said Arjuna. We'll move to the next shloka. वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि. So here Krishna was still trying to console Arjuna. What he said was, just as a person, for example, let's say a person he give up old clothes and buy new ones and take a new ones. So just similar to that kind of situation, the one who dwells in the body, in the sense the Atma also give up the old body and takes a new body. So I'll repeat what I said. Krishna said Arjuna, what he said was, just as a person who give up the old clothes and then take a new ones, like the similar way, the person, the Atma in the body also give up the old body and takes a new body. So for this kind of body, don't grieve Arjuna. So like this Krishna consoled. We'll move to the next shloka. Nainam chindanti shastrani नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापः न शोषयति मारुतः. So Krishna said Arjuna, what he said was, the weapons can't kill the self. How can a weapons kill the Atma? They can't kill, right? So that's what he is saying here. He said that the weapons don't kill the self and fire doesn't burn it. and water don't wet it, and wind also don't dry it. Why? Because it's not, the Atma is a limitless. The Atma, how it can't be killed. So no one can kill the Atma. And the fire also don't burn it. And water also can't wet it. And wind also can't dry it. So for this kind of Atma, why you are grieving, Arjuna? That's what Krishna said. We'll move to the next sloka. Achedyo yamadahyayam akledyo shoshya evacha nityasarvagata stanuhu achaloyam sanatanaha. Here Krishna said to Arjuna, what he said was, this kind of self which can't be killed, which can't be burnt, which can't be drowned, and which can't be dried. So for this kind of self which is changeless, all pervasive, stable, immovable, and eternal, for this kind of self, why you are grieving, Arjuna? So I'll repeat what I said. So Krishna said, Arjuna, what you said was, the self can't be killed, and it can't be burnt, and it can't be drowned, and it can't be dried. So that self is changeless, it can't be changed, and it is all pervasive, and it is stable, and it can't be moved, and it is eternal. So for this kind of self, don't grieve, Arjuna. Like this Krishna said. We'll move to the next sloka. Avyakto yamachintyoyam avikaye yamuchyate tasmadevam viditvainam nanushochitu marhasi. So Krishna still trying to console Arjuna. What he said was, the self is an unmanifest, and it's an object of thought, and it can't be changed, it is unchangeable. So knowing this fact, knowing all these things about the self, you stop grieving first. You stop grieving and then get up, Arjuna. So what Krishna said was, he said, the self, the Atma, is an unmanifest, and it's not an object of thought, and it can't be changed. So knowing this fact, don't grieve, you stop grieving. That's what Krishna said. We'll move to next sloka. Atha chainam nityajatam nityam va manyase mritam tathapi tvam mahabaho naivam shochitumarhasi. Here Krishna said to Arjuna, what he said was, O Arjuna, you have taken this Atma which has a constant birth and death. So he was trying to say, like, for any being, any living being, the birth and death, or these are the common and these are constant. So Arjuna, you are mighty armed Arjuna, you should not grieve in this manner. So what Krishna said was, Krishna said that, O Arjuna, you have taken this Atma, which is the self, which has a constant birth and death. All these are common, birth and death are common to the self. So Arjuna, you are the mighty armed Arjuna, stop grieving in this manner. Don't grieve like this. Like this Krishna said. We'll move to the next sloka. जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युः ध्रुवं जन्म मृत्युस्य च तस्माद् परिहार्यर्थे न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि. Here Krishna said Arjuna was, he said that for this kind of Atma, which is for this kind of Atma, birth and death, these are common. And the body, Atma will, the body, people will be born, and then death is common, and then rebirth is also common. So all this birth, death, and rebirth, all these are common for this Atma. So, knowing this fact, you stop grieving. This can't be changed. Even though you grieve, there is of no use. So, these are common, this can't be changed. It's a known fact. So, you stop grieving, Arjuna. That's what he said. We'll move to next sloka. Avyaktaadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyaktanidhananyeva tatra ka paridevana. So here Krishna said Arjuna was, what he said was, all the living beings are unmanifest in the beginning, but in the middle it can be manifest, and again at the end again it will be unmanifest. So what's the use of grieving, Arjuna? Like this Krishna said. I'll repeat it. What Krishna said was, all these living beings are unmanifest in the beginning, but manifest in the middle, and again unmanifest in the end. So for this kind of Atma, what's the use of grieving about that? So it's of no use, Arjuna, you stop grieving. That's what Krishna said. We'll move to next sloka. आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम् आश्चर्यवद्वदति तथैव चान्यः आश्चर्यवच्चैनमन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित्. Here Krishna said Arjuna was, he said that one looks upon the self as a wonder. So a person will look upon their Atma, which is a self, as a wonder. Similarly, some other will speak about it as wonder. One will look upon it as a wonder, other will speak about it as a wonder, and some another will hear it as a wonder. Still, after hearing all this about Atma, some another don't understand it at all. So, I'll repeat what I said. So, Krishna said Arjuna was, he said that a person, one person will look upon this self as a wonder. Some other will speak about it as a wonder. And some other will hear it as a wonder. Knowing all this, even after hearing all this, some another don't understand this Atma at all. So he meant to say like, Arjuna, you are that kind of person. You are not understanding it at all. Knowing all these things, still you are not understanding, still you are grieving about this kind of Atma. So what's the use of grieving, Arjuna? That's what Krishna said. We'll move to the last sloka. देहि नित्यमवद्योऽयं देहे सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि. Krishna said Arjuna that this Atma, which is indwelled in the human bodies, which is indwelled in the all living beings. So, this Atma, which is indwelled in the bodies of all living beings, it can't be destructible. So, no one can destruct this Atma. They can destruct a person or a living being, but they can't destruct this Atma, right? So, that's what he was saying. He said that this Atma, which is indwelled in the bodies of all living beings, can't be destructible. So, therefore, your grieving is of no use at all. You have been grieving from the past sometimes, so it's of no use, Arjuna. So stop grieving about all these people. So they have taken human body, the birth and death, all these are common. So you should not grieve like this. You stop all this grieving and then get up and fight. So that's what Krishna said Arjuna. He was trying to console and then encouraging Arjuna in this manner. So we are done with today's class. In the next class we will see some other shlokas. So thank you all for joining. I'll stop this class with a closing prayer. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।